It's September 5th, 2016, and it's time to review 5 of the most outrageous, infuriating, or just plain baffling things that have happened lately. It's your Facepalm 5. Let's count them down. Number 1, University of Chicago doesn't like safe spaces or know what they are. Jay Ellison, Dean of Students at the University of Chicago, recently informed incoming students that the university does not support the use of trigger warnings or safe spaces because such things impede the free exchange of ideas. Ellison doesn't seem to understand that trigger warnings are simply a way of giving notice that potentially upsetting material is going to be covered in class, and safe spaces merely provide a supportive environment for marginalized students, and how either of those things is contrary to the principles of free speech or open discourse is utterly beyond me. What makes Ellison's apparent confusion all the more confusing is the fact that he is listed as a member of the university's Safe Space Ally Network. Maybe he didn't get the memo? Number 2, football player vilified for sitting during national anthem. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick has made headlines for refusing to stand during the playing of the national anthem, saying he won't show respect to a country where black people and other people of color are victimized by systemic racism. Sounds completely justified and reasonable to me. So why are so many fans burning his jersey and calling for the NFL to punish him for remaining seated during the pledge? Oh, that's right. Because black people aren't supposed to do or say anything to draw attention to the fact that racism is still a problem, especially famous black people who might actually attract some attention. Makes us white folks feel uncomfortable, which I think we can all agree is the real problem. Number 3, Maine governor says people of color are the enemy. Maine Governor Paul LePage was accused of racism by state legislator Drew Guttine and responded by leaving a voicemail where he challenged Guttine to prove he was a racist and also called Guttine a, quote, socialist cocksucker. Then, LePage held a press conference where he defended Maine police against charges of racial profiling by saying that people of color were disproportionately targeted for drug arrests because it just so happened that they were, quote, the enemy, which, considering the fact that white people and people of color commit drug offenses at roughly the same rate, sounds pretty racist. I guess LePage didn't want Guttine showing him up, so he decided to answer that challenge himself. Number 4, Clinton links Trump with alt-right. Alt-right approves. Week before last, Hillary Clinton gave a speech describing Donald Trump's promotion of the values of the alt-right, the fringe-dwelling online community of bigots and cyberbullies who think that racism and sexism aren't problems, but flip the fuck out when women or black folks have opinions about video games or get cast in sci-fi movies. Trump tries to downplay his connection with the alt-right, but the alt-right keeps following him around, and everybody's like, hey, do you two know each other? And Trump's like, no, not really. And then the alt-right is like, whatever, we hang out all the time. I love this guy. And then the alt-right calls somebody a cuck, and Trump tries not to laugh, but you can see that they're totally into each other. So later when you walk in on them making out in the bathroom, it doesn't even surprise you. Number 5, Trump delivers anti-immigrant speech after trip to Mexico. Recently, some of Donald Trump's supporters were getting a little antsy because it seemed for a second like maybe as president he wouldn't make all the brown people disappear. But then Trump took a trip to Mexico where he was introduced by Rudy Giuliani wearing the most adorably humiliating hat ever, and he came back to Arizona where he delivered what might be the most unhinged speech of his campaign so far, describing how as president he would round up and deport the millions of violent Mexican criminals who have been roaming the streets these past 8 years while President Obama and Hillary Clinton watched and cackled in evil delight. So hey, false alarm, Trump voters. Don't worry, he's still the same nativist demagogue you've always loved. That's 5. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, please consider helping me to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron of this channel for as little as $1 a month. But if you pledge $5 a month or more, you get yourself a shout out at the end of the Facepalm 5, just like these folks who have become new $5 or higher contributors since the last Facepalm 5 video. Jason Tracy, thank you, Jason. Conference Report, thank you, Conference Report. And Mark Becker, thank you, Mark. Thank you to all of my patrons. Thanks to all of you for watching, and I'll see you next time.